Good morning. My name is Kate Malika.
My name is Dick McGrath. It is our pleasure to introduce our advisee, Liliana Klein. Liliana came to Berkeley Carroll in 9th grade. Many of you know Liliana for her love of computer programming, gaming, and history.
One thing you may not know about Liliana is that she has some very interesting, very unique interests and hobbies, one of which is the German longsword, an ancient martial art.
Today we have the opportunity to hear from Liliana as she shares her senior speech with us. Please help us welcome Liliana Klein.
Halloween has always been my favorite holiday. Not because of the candy. I've never had a sweet tooth. What I like about Halloween is that it is weird. It's okay to step outside of the box. People wear costumes, roam the streets at night, and play tricks on one another. All things that are considered ridiculous during any other day of the year. But on Halloween, these so-called ridiculous activities are considered normal or even cool. If you don't know who I am, then the most important thing for you to know about me is that I'm a massive nerd. I love anything from the fantasy genre. I've read dozens of fantasy books and series. I create fantasy worlds and write about them with my friends. I have 3,000 hours logged into the fantasy video game, The Elder Scrolls Online. And I put together a costume of my original fantasy character, which I wear now, and attend Renaissance fairs and gaming conventions. I even take classes in German longsword twice a week. German longsword is a martial art revived from the 15th century, when manuals were written that detailed all the special techniques you can perform with the longsword, which is a two-handed, double-edged weapon, about 3 to 5 feet long. I would have brought one with me today, but I didn't think Miss Moore would be too happy about that. There are longsword tournaments across the globe, and I've competed in several of them. In these tournaments, we've done heavy padding so that we can spar with blunt swords. We try new interpretations of techniques from the manuals, and we take classes from teachers who may train in a different part of the world. As you can see, my interests are quite unusual. Despite this, I don't try to hide my love for them. In middle school, there were only 13 kids in my graduating grade. I was close friends with all of them and didn't think of myself as very different. I had known most of my classmates for almost a decade, and we were all comfortable with each other and our respective quirks. Berkeley Carroll, however, was a different story. Like any new student, I was shy and only really felt comfortable talking to people who shared my interests. My first attempt at social interaction was when I tried to play Magic the Gathering with some other freshmen. This attempt was foiled by Mr. Jacquet, who told us we could only do homework in the atrium. It apparently didn't matter that it was the first period on the first day of school and we didn't have any homework yet. The more time I spent in Berkeley Carroll, the more time I realized that I was different from my peers. I felt pressured to keep the things I most loved to myself because others would think that they were weird. Put it simply, I felt pressured to conform. Many teenagers often feel compelled to conform in this manner to avoid drawing unwanted attention to themselves. At this stage in our lives more than any other, we fret about what others are thinking about ourselves. In the end, I decided that what other people thought about the things I like didn't matter. Being a sword-toting, game-loving nerd made me happy, and that counted for more than whatever satisfaction I would have drawn from a dull but inconspicuous lifestyle. Maybe in the past, some of you rejected certain ideas and hobbies because you thought that they were weird. I want to urge everyone to give those things a second chance. There are great benefits in refusing to conform. For one, writing your college essays about how unique you are is going to be a lot easier. Seriously though, the benefit is that you get to do something that you're passionate about because you want to do it, and not because you think it's a socially acceptable, normal activity. Taking German longsword is perhaps one of the best decisions I have made in my life so far. I made great friends with the other fighters there, become much stronger, and of course, fighting with a sword is both fun and amazing. If I had worried about what other people thought of me learning how to sword fight, I would have missed out on this significant part of my life. Winston Churchill once said, "Let us preach what we practice and practice what we preach." With this in mind, I am going to make a promise to everyone here. I now pledge to wear this costume to school on several other days throughout the year. I do this for two reasons. The first, and more important reason, is I really like this costume and I enjoy wearing it on any day of the year. The second reason is that in wearing this costume to school, I hope to inspire others into stepping outside of the box themselves. Don't worry, I'm not suggesting that any of you have to wear costumes or swing swords to break out of the general conformity. I only hope that everyone can realize that the things you do and the things that you like are more important than anyone else's opinion.